Yep, here we are again. There's a box sitting by itself. Now I have to open. Decided to come out here in the living room and do this. Since the boxes keep getting bigger and bigger, this one here at least is a little bit smaller. I believe this should be my, should be the Commodore 64 with the power supply again. Should be another one. This one I was going to use for spare parts, even though the guy said, well, it does work. It just had some strange video things that he didn't have the right monitor for it, I guess. So he wasn't really able to check it a whole lot, although he checked it enough that the power supply is supposed to be good. And it wasn't making any noise or doing anything weird, so we'll see. You'll see what I see. And what am I seeing? I'm seeing packing. Well, that's a good thing, I guess. And let's see what we got. Okay, there's that. 64. Let's see if it's missing anything. Nope. Seems to be there. Actually, it's actually in cleaner shape than my other one is, actually. But these, you can definitely tell, this is the older, these are the older ones. The ones that are this wide and this fat, they are just the 64. The 64C, when it came out, this thing was like half the size. It was more streamlined, closer to the 128s when they came out. So at least we have this. Now let's take a look and see. Looks like we've got power supply. Yep. The old brick, as it's known, power supply. That is the original one. And he even has the single monitor cable. I have the multiple one. I never did have a single one, so this is another one. This will be one I don't have. And those connectors are hard to come by. You don't see these very often anymore because they're monocolored. That's why. It's not a multicolored thing. So anyhow, we have the power supply. The connector looks good. Didn't seem to have, well, see now, did it have all the pins? Well, I don't know. Yeah, there are 4 pins there. I can't remember if it's supposed to have 4 or 5. Well, anyway, let's see what it looks like. Let's see if it plugs in here first. We'll have to untie it a bit, but get the idea. All right. Let's see what we got. Yeah, of course, it's a little on the stiff side, as they normally get after that many years. So let's see if that'll fit. Yep, fits in nice and clean. Okay, so next thing we'll do is we'll take this over and I will plug it in and then hook it up to my diagnostics disc and see what it does. Okay, so I'll stop the video for right now and we'll move over to the other section. Right, Chubby? Chubby's being quiet so far. Kind of odd for him. He's kind of subdued today. It's kind of cold up there too. Well, the power supply is good because it will power this thing on, but take a look at that screen. It's just a series of weird characters, and no matter what you do here on the keyboard, it's stuck. So it's something on this keyboard stuck. So guess what? I'm gonna have to take this thing apart. It'll be the first job. At least this one anyway. The power supply and the other one should be good. But the only thing about this one is, if you look at the other case, look at the color. This thing's so dingy compared to the other one. The other one's almost perfect. That's the color it's supposed to be. Right there. Let's see, right there. So, yeah. So really, this is actually a better case, but it do not work. At least not in its present condition anyway. So it's going to be fun. I'll have something to take apart again. So I'll have to move this to back to my workbench. And of course, Chubby just has all kinds of fun when I take stuff to the workbench, doesn't he? So at least I know the power supply on this is good because it's powering up fine. The pins are okay. I checked all those out. All that seems to be fine. But I'm definitely going to have to take this apart and then, I don't know, I may have to see if the keyboard's stuck or something shorted or something, because it shouldn't be doing that. I got to take a look at my troubleshooting manual too. I actually do have one of those too now. What? What? Oh look, look, he just wants to get away again. I don't know what he's doing. Oh sure. Oh, what are we doing? What? Why are you going over to Kitty? Kitty's fine. I finally the cat had these horrendous knots on her. I had to cut them off of her yesterday, so I know she feels a lot better. She was starting to growl every time she tried to sit down. The knots were bothering her. So I took care of cutting those out of her. Queenie, are you there? Queenie! Yeah, she's hiding. Okay, well anyhow, this is I'm going to leave you with the dogs as I go put this other thing on my workbench. Something else to play with.